Hello everybody and welcome to this video where we'll be explaining why you should check your ISO certificate because it might not hold the key to the door for more work that you thought it might do. My name is Simon Batchelar. I'm a marketing consultant from Pallant Studio and we work predominantly with engineering and manufacturing companies to help them with their marketing and help them make connections and get leads from outside of their immediate network. I'm joined today by Paul. So Paul, do you want to give us a quick intro?
Hi, I'm Paul Everington from Everwell Associates, and we support companies with their quality processes. We work across small and medium-sized companies, also specialising in the same areas as you, manufacturing and production.
Excellent. So recently we've had a couple of people come to us who have said they're very proud with their new ISO certification, and we've been adding their certificates to the bottom of the website. Now, in relation to getting work with, let's say, the UK government or any of the defence sector or potentially any of the aerospace sector here in the UK, there is a very specific requirement for your ISO certificate, and I wasn't aware of this. I wanted to make this video to help highlight a really simple identification mark that some companies might be missing when they're getting what they think is an ISO certification. So, well, I've waffled on enough about this mystery, Paul. Can you put us out of our misery? How do we tell whether we've got an ISO certificate in our hands?
If you want to get the formal certification, and the wording is important here, certification to ISO 9001, it has to be done by the appropriate body. Now, internationally, there's a group called ILAC, and they govern worldwide the accreditation bodies. Okay, now in the UK, there's only one accreditation body. It's appointed by the government. It's called UKAS, UKAS, not to be confused with the university one. And they accredit all relevant companies. Now, when it comes to ISO 9001, it's a reasonably straightforward system. So they accredit various companies like BSI and other well-known names, so they can come in and certify you. So if you get a certificate saying you are certified to ISO 9001, it must have one thing at the bottom of it. It's a little logo with UKAS on it. And it will have a number under that, and that number references their company. So that is your absolute traceability that says that BSI or whoever you get as a properly accredited company are accredited to certify you. Now, if you don't have such a certificate with that UKAS logo on the bottom, you cannot bid on MOD government contracts if you are not certified.
I think the important thing here is Paul's brought to my attention a number of companies that are certifying to ISO 9001. And I had noticed this on a couple of our client websites, in fact, where the company that had certified this ISO 9001 had done so to a recognised level of basically saying, well, you've met all of the standards for ISO. But the problem is they're not doing so as an accredited body. Am I correct in that understanding?
That's absolutely right. They themselves are not an accredited body, so they can, like I could say, yeah, you're doing some good things, but they cannot issue with that formal certification to ISO 9001.
So essentially what they're giving us is like a sports day certificate saying, well done
Yes.
for meeting all of the
example.
requirements. We've all had a lovely day out, but this is essentially just a sports day well done.
Yes.
Unfortunately, because it's not been accredited by UKAS, it doesn't pass muster. And the thing is when you upload that certificate saying, yes, I'm compliant, they'll say, well, that's fine, but we need a UKAS certificate and you haven't got a UKAS certificate. You've just got a sports day certificate.
Correct.
And that's going to be where the problem arises.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you summarised it very well.
So, Paul, if someone is loading up their website right now, scrolling to their ISO certificate, and they've realised that they are missing the UKAS logo, what would you recommend the next steps would be?
Well, get in touch with us and we can point you to it. You can go to the UKAS website and you can see if that company that appeared to give you certification is a genuine entity. As I said, the first clue is if their certificate has the UKAS logo, probably are. You can check their certificate on the UKAS website. If they've not got that logo, they definitely are not. So, just make sure you check. And if you need a hand on that, just get in contact with me and I'll point you in the right direction.
Excellent. Yeah, that definitely sounds like something that I recommend people do. So do get in touch with Paul, who can make sure that all of your ISO certifications are up to scratch and are going to pass muster when inspected. So, Paul, how can people get in touch with you if they do want to talk ISO certification?
They can go to our website, everwell.associates, or just get in touch with me on LinkedIn at Paul Everington.
Thanks very much, Paul. And thanks, everybody, for listening and watching. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.